Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman Suzan DelBene of the state of Washington. She is the chair of the New Democrat Coalition. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. You're on what's considered the moderate side of the House. Where are you in these negotiations?
Well, we had a great meeting with the president, the vice president, Secretary Yellen. And I think one thing that really was truly a step forward was that we had a good discussion about specific proposals the president was looking at, some of the things he thought would help us get to that 218 in the House and 50 in the Senate. So this was important. We've had many conversations up until this point talking about different issues, but really we have to look at what a entire package, what the substance of an entire package would look like. And at this point, we started having more of that specific conversation, which I think was very important because we all have a huge sense of urgency that we need to get this done right away.
You have in the past been supportive of the $3.5 trillion target. You're one of the moderates who is willing to go to that level. But now, obviously, it's some kind of scaling back discussion. What are the points that you consider most important to preserve?
Well, I think there's been a lot of focus on a number, and I think the focus needs to be on the substance of the legislation. We've been pushing the New Dem Coalition, which is made up of 95 members of House Democrats. We've been pushing hard for the extension of the expanded child tax credit, something that has reduced child poverty in our country, reduced poverty for 3 million children already since those checks started going out in July. We support the permanent extension of the premium subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, which has helped more and more people have affordable health care coverage in our country, as well as making sure we close the Medicaid expansion gap. And we need to go big on climate. This is an existential threat for the globe. And so we think it's important that we look at decarbonization, incentives to clean renewable energy. So those are three big priorities from the New Dem Coalition. But there's more we can do. We always thought it was important that people lead with their priorities, that we focus on the substance of the bill. And that's what the American people are going to feel is what we actually put in there, not a number.
Did the president tell you what Joe Manchin's position is on the climate provisions and whether there's any possibility of holding on to any of that in the Senate?
The president talked about some of the challenges that he's faced, making sure that we have votes. Clearly, climate is an incredibly important area. And so he's tried to be creative with ideas on what we can do that will pass the House and pass the Senate. And we provided feedback. Each of us that were there provided feedback on some of the proposals that he put forward, not only on climate, but also on issues supporting our families and our communities, so that he could take that into account as he continues his effort to help us land the plane, make sure that we get not only the Build Back Better Act passed, but also the infrastructure bill passed right away. Folks want to see governance work and want to see us get this done. So we do have a sense of urgency, want to get this done right away.
Congresswoman Suzan DelBene, thank you very much for joining us tonight.